So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Um, this is the talk on the Community Inclusion and Activity team. My name is Emma Bettridge and I'm the Development Officer for the team. We have 5 coordinators. We have in the east of Somerset, we have Vicky Thompson, Zoe Riddler and Ruth Stainton. And on the west, we have Joyce Evans and Billy Porter. So that's the team. Let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. So we used to be called the Short Breaks team, but because that was a bit misleading, we changed our name to make it a bit easier to know what it is that we do. So to break it down, community, we want to enable children and young people who have a disability and or additional need. So for instance, they might be on the SEN register. And their families to access activities in their local community. Inclusion, we want young people to feel included in their community in clubs and activities. Activity, because we signpost children and young people to opportunities where they can access regular clubs as well as activities during school holidays. We offer some of these activities ourselves, but we also work with many organisations who offer great activities. This information is available in our online calendar and club booklet. And team, because we are a team, we cover all of Somerset and we work directly with referred families to offer support, information and guidance, as well as deliver activities and clubs. We are part of the wider Children with Disabilities team, so we are part of Children's Social Care. So the aims of the CIA team are to provide good quality services that offer fun and positive experiences for children with a disability and or additional need aged between 0 and 18, particularly where they're unable to easily access other activities in their local community. We want to provide access to activities that help with personal, social and educational development, as well as for the young people to have some fun and connect with one another. But we also want to provide parents and carers with a valuable break, allowing them to rest, pursue other interests and hobbies, perhaps spend time with other family members. And we want to offer a range of services that are suitable to meet the individual needs of all children and young people who have disabilities. So this is a statutory service providing services and support under the Chronically Sick and Disabled Persons Act, 1970. So in order to produce our inclusive activities calendar and our club booklet, Somerset County Council grant fund a variety of providers to deliver these inclusive activities during school holidays and clubs during term time. So these activities must be inclusive and available to all children and young people with a disability or additional need who reside in Somerset. So in order to choose who we grant fund, we hold a grant panel, and this is where applications are reviewed by representatives from the Parent Carer Forum, from the Early Support Team, Commissioning, Engagement and Participation Officer, who works with the Unstoppables and their Young Persons Champion. So we really do try to get a wide variety of views and questions and thoughts on the activities that we grant fund. So once we've chosen these activities and decided what we're going to deliver for the school holiday or for the clubs during term time, we produce a calendar and booklet, and these are shared via the local offer website, the Somerset Send local offer Facebook page, which you are clearly aware of, via the Parent Carer Forum, Send newsletter, Senkos, and really just any professional or organisation that shows any interest, I will send that information out far and wide. We do aim to keep activities as fun and varied as possible. For instance, surfing, dry slope skiing, hydrotherapy, multi-sports, animal care. But we are always looking for new providers to broaden our offer of inclusive activities. And I am acutely aware that there are areas in Somerset which are have less access to these activities. So we are aware, and we do try to reach out and find new providers to develop our service. So what the team themselves deliver are family days where parents and carers and siblings can all take part in an activity day. This might be a trip to Noah's Ark or Creely. This Easter we are going to Longley, which is really exciting. Creely and Vivery high ropes, low ropes. And it's an opportunity for the whole family to get involved, knowing that coordinators are on site to provide a base, provide support, perhaps go on some of the rides at Creely if you're not, if a parent would prefer not to. So we're there to just offer that backup and support. We also deliver young persons days, and that's where parents and carers can drop off their child aged between 8 and 18 at a group supervised activity. In the past, that's been trips to Hollywood Bowl, to Mill on the Brew. This Easter, we are actually doing another bowling trip, but a Hollywood Bowl. It's always very popular with our young people. But young people new to our service will need to attend with a parent or carer for the first visit so that we can supervise, do an observation, sorry, and decipher whether they would be okay to cope under group supervision. So if they're not and they do require one-to-one support, then we will ask parents and carers to provide that for future activity days. So we also run monthly clubs. We have family drop-in clubs at Mendip School, Polden Bower and at Minehead Hub. These provide the opportunity to speak to one of our coordinators for advice, information and support, but it's also a really lovely opportunity for children to have some fun together, playing games, arts and crafts, obviously all very inclusive, but it's just a really nice, safe environment for our families to come along. We also run Teen Club. These run on the east and west of the county once a month. They're a great opportunity for young people to build friendships and to develop interpersonal and life skills. So they have to pay for the food that they're having or the bowling or whatever the activity is. So they start to learn some of those life skills and social skills with the other young people attending. So feedback that we've had from children and parents and carers is really useful. It helps us inform the development of activity provision and our service. So please do provide us with any feedback, constructive or positive, always welcome. But here are some of the quotes, just a few of feedback that we've had. Thank you for providing a lovely session. My son was very nervous, but he loved every moment. Thank you so much for an awesome day. I loved it. I liked all my new friends. A big, big thank you. And one more. Thank you for providing the space for our children to be adventurous on their own terms. I think that's really important for us to provide that safe space for young people. So the CIA team also provide activity day passes and max cards for families. So our activity day passes are available to book throughout the year, the entire year. It's not limited to school holidays. And families just have to email us at ciateam@somerset.gov.uk with the dates they would like to go and which pass they would like. We currently have family passes for Hestercombe, the Wild Place, Abbotsbury, Buxton Park, Court Farm Country Park, Fern Animal Sanctuary and Noah's Ark. And these are all free. They're free to families. So you literally do just have to let us know the date. And if there's availability, then you can go ahead and book that. And we also provide max cards. So these provide discounted entry for 0 to 25 years to a number of attractions such as Flip Out, Peakorama, Minehead Eye, Legoland. It's countrywide, so there's a lot more interesting and exciting activities on there. And there's a website where there's a lot more information. That's mymaxcard.co.uk. So you can refer your child or young person to the CIA team for time-limited support to access information, advice, signposting, and possible funding to help you access local opportunities. But this is dependent on your child having either a diagnosed disability or going through the process of an assessment, if they have an EHCP, so that's Education, Health and Care Plan, or if they're in receipt of disability living allowance or personal independence payments. So if you refer into our service, it involves a coordinator completing an early support record and plan. So just discussing what's working well, what's not, what might we do to move things forward. And this helps identify any short break needs and agree an action plan to meet those needs. The cases may be stepped up to the Somerset supporters team or early support team if targeted support needs are identified. That's when it helps for us to be a part of children's social care, because it's easier for us to just step up to provide that little bit more support from the wider children with disabilities team. So to access that service, you need to call Somerset Direct on 0300 123 2224 to request an assessment. So a few quotes from feedback from those referrals. I wholeheartedly appreciate your time and support. I'm going to put it all to good use. It could not have come at a better time. Thank you so much for your visit. It was nice to see you and have a chat. Can't wait for the trips now. You've completely blown me away with how well you've listened and put everything into words.